Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a fall-ish makeup look. I was just in the mood to do some glam today with the palette that is what makes me think of fall, and it's the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia. So we're going to use this and a bunch of other makeup that I pulled out here, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you're new here, hi, my name is Blair. So happy you clicked on this video. I do all kinds of makeup videos here on my channel, high-end and drugstore. I try out tons of products, do lots of chatty, get ready with me. So if you're interested in that type of video, please subscribe. I post 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So let's go ahead and do some fall makeup. Okay, let's do the brows first. I am going to use something a little different today. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix. So this is not a brow wax. This is just a brow gel. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put this in first. I guess it doesn't matter. I usually put the waxes in first and then fill in, but I don't ever really do that with just an eyebrow gel, but I'm going to try it today. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to use my NARS eyeshadow primer. I cannot seem to find something that I like to prime my eyes with as much as that. I have the matte paint pot and I like that, but I don't know, something about this NARS one I like more. I think I prefer more of like a liquidy primer that you blend out instead of like a cream. It's in a pot, like the MAC paint pots. I don't know, I feel like this one does the best job in terms of priming your eyes, and this one has the tint to it too, so kind of evens everything out. All right, I'm gonna try filling in my brows now with my NYX pencil. I did want to start this video by saying thank you to everyone that left such nice comments on my Get to Know Me video, where I kind of talked about things I haven't talked about before. And some of you left the nicest comments. I really, really appreciate that. I really wanted to post that video, but I won't lie and say I wasn't a little bit nervous to post it, just because, you know, things like that aren't easy to talk about and let alone like put out on the internet. But you guys left the sweetest comments. I really appreciate it. So that worked fine over the eyebrow gel. It's so funny, now I'm used to the waxes and I'm used to that hold feeling that you get with them. This eyebrow gel has a little bit of hold, but it's nothing compared to like the brow waxes. Okay, I'm gonna stop there for now. Some days I feel like I literally sit here forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and I just cannot leave my eyebrows alone. I'm kind of being like that today, but I think that is good for right now. So let's move on to the eyes. I'm gonna do eyeshadow first today. I'm gonna switch it up. So when I think of fall makeup, this is the palette that I always think of, the Soft Glam by Anastasia Beverly Hills. The colors in here I just think of fall when I see this. Okay, so I'm gonna go into Soft Glam and the Tempera shade, the light cream shade in the palette. And I'm just gonna tap this all over my eye. I literally have no idea what I want to do on my eyes. You know what's crazy? Every time I use this palette, I always think this shade, Tempera, is probably one of the best cream shadow shades that I have out of any of my palettes. Like, it just goes on so easily and evenly. Every time I apply this color, I always think, wow, that is such a good cream shadow. Okay, now I'm gonna mix orange soda and burnt orange together. I'm just gonna tap a little bit into both. I typically do that when I use this palette because I feel like on their own, they're a little intense to kind of start out with, like as a crease shade, but if you mix them together, it really kind of tones them down. Like you can see, this is pretty light. And burnt orange can be a little too orange if you go in really intensely with it, unless you're going for like a really orangey look. I usually try to mix it with something. Okay, now I'm gonna mix the shade Sienna, which is the reddish, kind of a brick color, with Rustic, which is a brown. And I'm gonna tap once into both of those shades, tap off the excess on my brush, and apply this on the outer corner really, really lightly. I'm like using the lightest pressure that I possibly can. I always think it's so much easier to apply as little eyeshadow as you possibly can in small little layers and just slowly build it up, because if you don't, I just feel like a lot of times, especially if you don't do your eyes first, it gets out of hand and then you're trying to fix it and blend it and it can just really make a mess. So I try to just really lightly build up the colors that I want. Okay, now I'm gonna mix Cypress Umber, so the really dark brown, and Mulberry, which is kind of a wine color. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of basically starting this on my outer lash line and like flicking out and then down, kind of like in a diagonal shape so it hits my lash line like that. Kind of like eyeliner, but really just giving an eyeliner shape. So I'm really just kind of laying it down, and then we're gonna go into, let's see, Tempera, so the first shade we used. And let's see, a little blending brush, and I'm like barely touching it. I'm like holding my brush out as far as I can, and I'm just kind of lightly diffusing over it because I want it to look really soft and blown out. And now for the lid, I think I might even do eyeliner in a minute, but for most of my lid, I'm gonna use the bronze shimmer, and I'm gonna get that on my finger and put that in the middle and then kind of bring it up a little. Then I'm gonna mix, let's see, Glistening and Fairy, so they're both really light golden shimmer shades. I have got to clip my fingernails. They are like out of control, but I'm putting those two shades in the inner corner. My nails are so long I can't even hardly get to my inner corner, so my nail is touching it. And then I'm gonna take my big fluffy blending brush and I'm gonna mix orange soda and burnt orange again, and like barely, just one tap into all of them, and then I'm literally just going all over my eye and lightly buffing this out. This always happens to me. I get so distracted by what I'm doing. I have coffee sitting here and now it's cold. I want to take this. I just got a new one of these. This is the MAC Eye Kohl in the shade Teddy. It's a really pretty warm brown eye pencil. I used to have this a long time ago and I got rid of it. I'm not really sure why. So I picked up a new one and I am going to draw this at the base of my lash line, really going halfway in And we may try to do a little bit of a wing shape. So I'm like barely touching my eye because I found that the more pressure you use, if you mess up, it's a lot easier to, or it's a lot more difficult to fix. So I'm just kind of doing it like to get that winged out shape. I'll take my little BK Beauty brush, 208, and try to keep my eye open and just go over that wing shape. So it is a wing, but it's kind of like a diffused wing. It's a lot less intimidating too. Telling you guys, if you have hooded eyes, the only way, or not the only way, but the best way that I found if you're trying to get like a wing shape like this is you have to keep your eye open as much as possible. You cannot close your eye. Almost like keep your eye open so you can see where the shape is and then close it and kind of flick outward. Otherwise, you can't really, depending on how hooded your eye is, it's just hard to see what it's actually going to look like if you keep closing your eyes. I know it's not always easy though. I definitely struggle with that. One of the really nice things about these MAC eye kohl pencils is they last, but you can move them around. So if you apply it, you can really like smudge it out and kind of pull it out a little bit into like a wing shape if you want. They're really nice. Okay, we're gonna stop there for the eyes for now. I'll come back to the eyes in a little bit, but now I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe and just make sure my lines are nice and crisp. For some reason, I always go a little too far out on my right side with my eyeshadow, but I typically don't do it on my left side. I don't know why. Okay. And now I'm going to apply some more eye cream. That's something else. If you use something to clean up under your eyes before you do your face makeup, go back in with your eye cream. I'm telling you, you do not want to apply anything under your eyes if it's not hydrated. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to kind of dry under my eyes, I'm gonna use some Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. I think I'm just gonna keep it on my cheeks today. Actually, I'll just use my sponge. You guys, I saw somebody the other day, I think it was on TikTok. It could have been on Instagram, I can't remember. I haven't tried this yet, but she put her Flawless Filter under her concealer. And it did look really good on her, although she did not need to apply like Corrector or anything. But I was so surprised. It made her under eyes look so just hydrated, but not greasy or anything. It was really cool. I might try doing that at some point. For my corrector today, I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish. I was watching someone on Instagram, Megan Lombardi. I think I've mentioned her before. She does a lot of makeup on Instagram and TikTok. And she used to work for Charlotte Tilbury, so she uses a lot of Charlotte Tilbury makeup, and she was using this Magic Vanish corrector on herself. And you guys let me know if you're like this, but when you see somebody use something on themselves that you have, it always makes me like immediately want to go use it. Is anybody else like that? I do that a lot. And she was using this corrector and it just made her under eyes look so nice and bright. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go use that. So I picked it out to use in the video today. Ooh, you know what else I got? Have you guys seen the, gosh, now I can't think of what it's called, but it's by Milani and it's one of their new, I think they call it an eye brightener. And it comes in like 2 or 3 shades and it's supposed to be like a corrector for under your eyes. I got that and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do like a whole video on it or if I should just like review it on Instagram or something. I'm going to take, let's see, my sponge here and just lightly tap this in. Okay, for foundation today, I want to use Makeup Forever Reboot foundation. This is the shade Y225. So I'm just going to get some from the back of my hand on my brush and start stippling this in. I really, really hope that you cannot hear any barking in the background of this video. We have some neighbors that have 2 dogs, but they recently got a 3rd one, and you guys, they leave this dog out in the backyard with the other 2, and they're out there barking their heads off. I mean, so loud that when you're anywhere in this house and they're out there doing it, I mean, you can hear it like they're inside our house barking. It's so loud, and I do not, for the life of me, understand people that leave their dog outside and just let it bark and bark and bark. Like, why? Bad enough if like you don't live near anyone, you live like out on a bunch of land by yourself or something, but not only is it hot outside to just leave your dog sitting out there, they're barking and disturbing other people. So annoying. And our dog, Cosmo, you've seen him in some of the videos, he is the type of dog where when he hears someone else barking, I mean, I think this is common with a lot of dogs, but particularly with him, when he hears them barking, he's gonna bark every time. So all day yesterday, literally all day, I was home by myself. Usually when my husband is here, he's a little bit better. He's more on his best behavior. And when I'm here alone, he just goes nuts. But yesterday I had a really bad headache and all day these dogs were outside. Bark, 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 bark. And Cosmo was barking at them, and then the other dogs around us start barking. I mean, it was just all day. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so that is not a ton of coverage, but I'm gonna leave it like this because we're gonna use a full coverage concealer. For concealer, I'm gonna mix these 2, and I actually haven't done this yet. I talked about doing it in another video, but I'm gonna mix the One Size concealer. This concealer I really, really like, you guys, a lot. So I'm gonna put some like that, and then I'm gonna use this anywhere where I need a little more coverage. And then I'm gonna take the Lancome concealer, which this one is a little more neutral, and I'm gonna put that basically in the middle of those 2. This Lancome concealer I do not personally think is full coverage, and I've even tried kind of building it up to get full coverage, and I still think it's medium. The One Size is really great coverage, and it does not spread very easily though. That's the one thing. If you let it sit too long, it gets kind of difficult to blend out. That's the only thing. But other than that, love it. I feel like these two would be a really good pair together because the Lancome is very, very thin and hydrating. I mean, it feels very, almost feels like an eye cream, honestly, on your eyes. And the One Size is a lot more, it's not thick, but it's definitely thicker than the Lancome one. And it dries to more of a matte finish, so I feel like the two of them together might be a really good mix. Look what just came. Ooh, I'm so excited. The Retro palette. You guys, I tried not to order this, but I always get nervous when I open it. Make sure it's not broken. Holy crap, that is pretty. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, so the video on that will be coming soon. Anyway, so I tried to not order it, but it was on, there was a Sephora app exclusive on my birthday, the 2nd, where you could order it a day early. So of course I ordered it. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying, and then the doorbell rang. Those two concealers, holy crap, those two look good together. Wow. The perfect mix of the matte finish from the One Size and the hydration from the Lancome. Oh my gosh. This may be a new holy grail combination. Okay, now for bronzer, I'm going to use this. This is the Makeup by Mario Shaping Stick in the shade Light. I've tried doing this directly on my face, but I haven't tried like getting it with my brush first and then going in, so I'm going to try that today. I used this already one other time in a testing new makeup video that I'm assuming should already be up by the time this video goes up. Ooh. I went a little bit crazy. So good, you guys. And the blush stick is so good also. I used that in my other video. I don't think I'm going to use it today, but the blushes by him, so good. Now I'm going to take this. I love this bronzer. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. This is the shade Sunlight. It's the lightest shade. That is it for bronzer. Now for blush, I really wanted to use this. You guys, these Buxom blushes are on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I cannot believe the first time I looked at the ad, I did not notice these, but then I was looking again and I noticed they're on there on September the 8th, which this video might even go up on September the 8th, but oh my goodness, if you don't have one of these are 100% worth getting in the sale. I will definitely be getting at least one more, maybe two, because they are so beautiful. So beautiful. This one is definitely the most bronzy of the colors. I also have Mykonos, which is more of a like corally color. That one is also really pretty, but this one, Seychelles, oh my gosh, so good. For a little bit of powder on my face, I'm going to use the One Size powder. This is actually a powder foundation, but I'm going to try using it just on my face like it's powder, and then I'll use something else for under my eyes. I have not tried this yet, but I've seen a lot of people do this. So I'm going to take the powder and my sponge And I'm basically just kind of going underneath the bronzer and blush. I've been noticing a lot of people doing this recently. If you ever feel like your bronzer or your blush goes down a little too low on your face, if you take any powder, I'm using this one, but if you take any powder and kind of use a sponge or a really dense brush and go underneath it, you can kind of clean it up and it kind of draws it or pulls it back up, if that makes sense. And then for under my eyes, I'm not going to do that. I think that's too much for under there. But let me look at this concealer combo again, actually. I am not kidding you guys. This combination together looks so good. I'm stunned. I can't believe I haven't mixed these two together before now. So I'm taking my Kosas powder and very lightly applying that under my eyes. I'm using just a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Okay, now we're gonna move back to the eyes real quickly. And I think, I'm trying to decide what I wanna do. I think I wanna take the MAC Teddy pencil. I've never done this either. And run it on the outer half of my bottom lash line. And I'm gonna go into the Soft Glam palette and I'm gonna get just a little bit of this. Well, no, actually we're gonna use burnt orange and orange soda. Mix those two together and use them to kind of diffuse out that Teddy liner. So it kind of looks like it continues up where the wing starts right here. And I think that's all I'm gonna do, honestly. I literally have nowhere to go today. And I have all this makeup on. It's so funny. Okay. Now, let's quickly curl my lashes and put on some mascara. I'm not sure why to me this says fall, but it does. And for mascara, I'm going to use this new one from Ilia. This is the new Fullest Volumizing Mascara. Honestly, have not been able to stop using this since I started. It is so, so good if you like a lot of volume in your lashes. Moving on to the lips, and pull out a few things here, but I think I'm going to use this. This is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 in Honey Beige. I just got this not that long ago. It's more of a brownie nude. And then I have two lip glosses. I think I'm just going to use a gloss today. I have the Persona gloss in the shade Honey. It's really pretty, kind of a darker terracotta-y color. And then I have Tower 28 in Cashew. It's a little more pinky. Thinking I want to use Persona. I haven't used this one in a little while, but I love this gloss. Oh my gosh, they smell so good too. Ooh, yes, love it. Alrighty, and then let's see. I'm gonna spray my face with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. And lightly go over everything. And that'll be it. That is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, I don't know why I think this is like fall makeup, but to me, like I said in the beginning, when I think of fall, I think of the Soft Glam palette always, and this is obviously a lot more than I normally do, but it's fun to do that sometimes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel get seen by more people. And if you haven't already, I hope you'll subscribe. I post 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair01. I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember, simply be you. Bye.